Okay, this is September 11th at 5:30 p.m. This is a meeting of the Camp Kiwanee Commission. All in attendance is Frank Malisi, Sheila Morse, and Caroline Mills. And we also have Roger, Jen, and a couple people here for some agenda items. So first order of business is Arnie Johnson, Rainbow Camp discussion on working with Camp Kiwanee. He is not here from what I understand, so I will table that discussion unless anybody has anything for it.
I don't know.
And then we have Kevin Lyman, a request for discount for Hanson's girls softball end of year party, 10/22/23.
That's us.
Go ahead, take it away.
First off, thanks for hosting us in the summer. It was awesome. We tried a few different brand new events in the course of the year, and that one was the most successful by far.
Okay.
The families loved it, and we like to do it every year. We'd like to expand it a little bit, and so that just worked out really, really well.
Awesome.
Big hit and everything, so we appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we were looking at every year in the fall, we do an end of the year gathering. In the past, we've gone to Meadowbrook, we've gone to Whitman VFW. Typically, we can get places to let us use the facility and cover the costs. So, for example, at Meadowbrook, we pay for the bartender to run the bar, and they let us use the room. Whitman VFW they'll let us use the facility for like a nominal fee just to cover costs and that sort of thing. So if you folks would be interested in hosting us for something like that, we'd love to work for the lodge here. It's basically a big pizza party.
Okay.
What we love about that is the kids would be able to run around, and we can feed families and that sort of thing.
Okay.
We can condense the window if it's helpful to you. Something like 12 or 12:30 to about 3 o'clock that would probably cover just about everybody who would come.
Okay.
We would expect no more than 100 people at a time because people will be finishing games at different times and coming and going.
Okay.
With like all told cast of characters, there might be something like 150 different people in and out. At any given time, there'd probably be about 100 of us, and often probably less than that even. So.
Okay. Are you guys looking for a bartender?
Yeah, our parents would happily
Partake?
Okay. If that's offered.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and you guys are going to be doing you said a pizza party?
Yeah, that's usually what we do. We have a few pizza sponsors we call them at the end of the year and order out.
Okay, cool.
So,
did you talk to Dory to see if that date's available?
Yes, she said we were booked for it. It's October 22nd. I told her, I believe I initially told her in the email something like 12 to 4, but I'm confident we can get out of here by 3 if that's helpful for your planning and if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else for that day, I mean, usually what we do, since you were here last time too, is we usually do $25 an hour just for the caretaker fees.
Okay.
So that's just simply because somebody needs to be in the lodge with you guys, obviously. And then for cleanup and set up and clean up after the fact. All right. So, I mean, if you guys want to be here from 12 to 4, that'd be 150.
Okay.
If you did, because you have to add a certain time at the beginning and end just for cleanup. The bartender fee, you have to get a license for that, and I think it's $40 for the license.
Okay.
So we can't do that because we're a municipality.
Understood.
So municipalities can't have liquor licenses.
Yeah.
So you would have to cover that yourself.
Cover that yourself. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. Is there any other? Nothing. Good. I mean, if you're interested in doing it for the 150, then you cover everything else. That's completely fine.
Okay, yeah.
Dory will work with you to figure out all the logistics and everything like that when she's back. Unfortunately, she's not here right now. But if you guys want to have it here, that's just to cover that. That's our cost for caretakers to be here. So we're not making any money. We're not losing any money.
Okay.
So yeah.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
They are on the schedule for 12 to 4, and the only other thing that's on there is the south end and pavilion usage.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, that's fine. Okay. And yes, I'm not. I think you might have to put down a security deposit as well, just in case something happens. But you get that back at the end of the event.
So we get the town of Hanson to check. so that's no problem.
I think I'm not sure how much it is, but Dory will definitely be able to help you with
I'll
that.
follow up with Dory
Okay.
on the funding. Yep.
Yeah, so I will entertain a motion to approve the Hanson girls softball and the party for 10/22/23 from the hours of 12 to 4 at $25 an hour, so it'll be $150 for including the breakdown and the setup costs. Have a motion?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, fantastic.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
We're glad to have you guys
Looking
here.
forward to it. We
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, you guys were great last time. I didn't hear any complaints.
Awesome. That's what we were looking
That's
for.
what happens when you have a couple hundred
We did
kids in
our
one
best.
place.
We weren't that worried about the kids. We did our best to keep the parents under control.
There you go. Yeah. Those are always the ones that get a little wild.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, now if we all bring our attention.
Right back, right back.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what I get for following.
Oh, it is yours.
Okay, so now if we bring our attention to the Cove revenues and expenses, and we'll go to recap of Cranberry Cove season and review of revenue and expenses for Cranberry Cove. And I believe this is including all the last turnovers that we did, right, Margaret?
The last turnover was put in on, I think like Wednesday. I went Tuesday night and they were closed.
Okay.
So the last one was on Tuesday. So it should be. I didn't get any days, so.
Okay, hold on, so let me see this. Is this anything different here? No, it's the same. Okay, so the one in our packet. So total revenue from the Cove program this year, $36,183 and $83 even, and then the total expenses $46,364.96. Yeah, that's great.
And with no programming, so
And with no programming.
that's next year
Yeah.
will be double thumbs up.
Yeah, and some of these costs we won't even have to do next year, right? Like the lifeguard store and like if we have
Well,
a.
yeah, it'll be much smaller than that, I think, we'll still have to, and then the other one was like the South Shore drain, we shouldn't have to do the pump at the beginning of the year. When we go down, make sure, like Roger and I already talked about doing a pre-season, what we need to do, because we haven't really done it before. And yeah, so that should be pretty good.
Awesome. Do you want to go over a quick recap of the season for us?
I will. So overall, I think it was a successful relaunch of the Cove. A lot of very happy families overall, that it was clean, that it was safe. Over the last 2 years, a lot of them were saying that the people that were down there, people were lighting fires down there. They were smoking all kinds of things down there. There was drinking down there. Like they just, I've had people who have been coming for years say, after like a few weeks of coming down, and it wasn't safe, and that parents were leaving their children unattended in the water, the whole thing. So the families, I think, as a whole, were just very, very happy that it was back and running and safe. I think this year we had a lot of out-of-town people come in. A lot of the passes were out of town. We had a ton of Rockland, which we never had before. We've always had Halifax, we've had Pembroke, and I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Allergies. So a lot more. We had people from Brockton and like all Bridgewater, so much more, diverse, and so that was a positive thing, and they were all very nice. I think the biggest thing that they were asking for over and over, almost on a daily basis, are when our lessons coming back.
Yeah.
And they said, we're working on the training system. I had another woman actually I went to an event, and she said, are you going to do adult lessons? She's like, I had other people this summer asking about that. So I'm like, so see if I can do a survey.
Yeah.
So we can put it out maybe like in March. Would you be interested in, the adult swims, what times, all that kind of stuff. But I think we will have full slots again for that. I think the end of the season and the beginning of the season were rough. Just getting obviously the staff trained and running, that was a little bit rough. I'm going to say that my rockstar lifeguards were Lauren and Sam, were my most consistent, professional, did everything I asked, communicated, everything else. James, I'm going to call my most improved one.
Awesome.
I wasn't sure about that one. And we have some others that either need training or will not be invited back next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just don't name them.
No, they're not gonna be named.
Thank you.
They're just, yeah, we went through some communications about professionalism and all that, went through the right channels.
Awesome.
So that was good. Birthday parties, once that got up and running, that was very popular. I think we had trouble juggling dates, but if that can get, we had a couple of 30, 40 person birthday parties down there.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was really positive.
Awesome.
I think that's it. Just, there'll be some small things that like Roger and I can work on about, like the gate staff, I bought an umbrella. We need something less windy, like one of those canopy things from, you get at the camping store, like it's like a wind thing.
Yeah.
Something like that, I think will be better. There's a lot of like little things like that, and then Roger and I still have to work on getting the canoes back, or the kayaks back,
Yes.
and a few other small things. It's not fully closed down, but it was so hot down there.
Yeah.
And then you blocked it off. I didn't want to take down your yellow tape on the ropes.
Oh, that there was just to try and divert people from going in there, but it doesn't. It's doing no good.
So I think that's it. Does anybody have any?
No, I think it was awesome this year. Yeah, I got nothing but compliments about the beach and how it was being back up this year. And everybody's so excited about
I think
it being
overall,
open and
families were just really appreciative.
Yeah.
Like it's this is again, I'll go back safety issues, but also just we still have a lot of working class members where this is their summer vacation.
Yeah.
They don't get to go off and
Yeah.
go away and just come to the beach is something good for them. So.
Yeah, no, you did a really great job. Thank you very much. It was very impressive how you pulled it off this year with all the.
I do not want to do it again that way.
Yeah.
I made my notes on what we can do to improve. Like obviously we're doing it under time crunch and that, but I think most of the staff will come back. I think the gate staff as a whole, most of them grew up in town and were part of the program when they were younger,
Okay.
so they remember it. And so they understood like things that should be happening, like so they gave me feedback too,
Okay.
which was good. And so I think we're gonna now have generational, right? Like the next crew is gonna want to come up. Most of the gate staff is still only 14 or 15, so they can't be guards. But like I'm gonna do a pre-lifeguarding class next year to get them ready, so that they'll have 2 years of a lifeguard thing, which is what we always used to do.
Yeah.
Because I think if we can get them in, and we had a lot of requests for it. So,
Yeah.
and then
No,
I have
definitely.
2 venues of training. One that I found out after we had my guy do it, but for the teaching part. So we need somebody to teach, and so that might be again a little bit more cost, might replace some of the other things. But
How long do those lifeguard certs last for?
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
And then the research part is like much shorter than, and it's much less expensive.
Okay.
So all they have to do is just go to a training. It's a 1-day training, and the Y has those. I think we can do our. It's still pretty inexpensive.
Okay. It might be a good idea if they stick with us for
Right.
2 years, then we can just pay for their retraining too.
That's very inexpensive for the research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very expensive for the research?
No, it's inexpensive.
Oh, inexpensive.
So once
Okay,
you
great.
get them in, you want to keep them certified.
Okay.
It's much less expensive.
Awesome. Yeah, and the I thought we were going to be much deeper in the hole with this whole program too, but we're only $10,000 off from the whole program.
So
So
the closing day was Labor Day, and we still had people coming in and hanging,
Yeah.
for like, I was shocked, like people were like, we couldn't miss the last day, and, so I was
Awesome.
like, wow, so I think with some programming and all that, this is gonna be pretty very close to paying for itself.
yeah, no, definitely. Next year, I think we talked about it a couple meetings ago. Next year, going to the town and saying, if the town covers the cost for running this program,
Right.
everybody in Hanson should be able to, to come to the beach, right? So I'll be interested probably in early part of next year if you can come back
Yeah.
and figure out how we can figure out how much it would actually cost to run it if everybody in Hanson essentially had permission to come down here and use it. So yeah, no, this is great, Margaret. I really appreciate it. Did a lot of stuff this year.
Question.
Yep.
Are you going to collect up the keys from the guards?
So they're in the drawer in
Okay.
the thing, so there's one definitely missing set. And I think I have to text James, one of the, he has to return his, I think he left his at home, but I think we have one missing set.
Is James the one who went to the? Is
No,
James?
the military, his is missing, but he said he left it on the top thing, and it could be underneath the desk, because
Okay.
there's, it could be under there. Or somebody said, I forgot my keys and I'm gonna take them.
Okay.
I don't know, but there's definitely one set that's missing, but they're in the drawer.
I'm gonna just leave them there for next
Yeah.
year. I just, especially the ones that you may not invite back, I just don't want them having keys, that's all.
Yeah, yes.
Great.
Okay, awesome. And then next year we'll try to get a better system for collecting stuff down at the beach too. Instead
Yeah,
of
that was like,
pay.
so one of the lifeguards was really sick the last few days. Somebody else came in, it was, and then actually we had one other person, I think, that, I said I would meet somewhere because they don't live close. I forgot about, we have definitely need a better system
Okay.
for collecting.
But yeah, just let us know if we need to rechange the keys and the lock stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Any other questions? Anything else? No. That's good. Okay.
So, I think if we plan on doing a planning meeting in like February,
Yeah.
and my goal is, I started brainstorming what went well, what we need to improve, and timelines, and then offering trainings in like early May, to make sure that we have everybody trained and all, in the application process, and then making sure that we get the applications and we don't go to the town.
Yeah, no, that'll be fixed this year. Yeah, that'll definitely be fixed this year. Okay, no, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck at school.
Back in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Back to swimming. Well, all the pools were closed in the fall, so Hanover Y, East Bridgewater Y, Kingsbury Club, all shut down to clean and retile and do all that. You're supposed to do it every 5 years.
Yeah.
I feel like they all said that at Grant or something like that. So my coaching schedule has changed a little bit. Coaching at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, which I'm.
No, that's not fun. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, appreciate it. We'll see you in February. Arnie?
Yep.
How's it going? We'll go back to you. Sorry, you're the first agenda item. So this is Arnie Johnson. He's from the Rainbow Camp. We got an email from Tony DeFrayis. And Arnie, I believe you reached out to Mr. DeFrayis, our town planner.
Yep, I had a meeting with him a month or so, 5-6 weeks ago back.
Okay.
We're in tough financial shape over there, and the current members of the board, kind of came to light about 1.5 years ago that we own an adjacent parcel of land, about 9.5 acres, that directly abuts the camp. So we're trying to look at options as to what we can do with that piece of property.
Okay.
The state organization of Rainbow Girls, we're separate.
Okay.
We're a separate corporation from them, but they're in pretty much a steep decline. Not enough members, so the campers that we get there aren't enough to support the expenses of just covering the insurance on the camp. So while they're trying to retool themselves, we're trying to increase the non-rainbow revenue over there so that we can meet our fixed costs and then look at, what we can do. So one of the things that I was looking at would be like a commercial solar field on that adjacent property.
Yep.
I'm on the planning board in my town, so I'm pretty familiar with how those things work and everything. And we would retain the asset being the land, but we would have a steady revenue stream that we can use, and we could actually borrow against it to come up with necessary repairs to keep us afloat while we're trying to retool the camp itself.
Okay.
So Tony, he got in touch with, I know he got in touch with
me, yeah.
you. He got in touch with Jim, with the Board of Selectmen, and
You got in touch with Dory too.
yeah, he got in touch with a bunch, and I know the chairman of the select board would like.
Laura?
Yeah.
Yep.
We've had conversations, she would like to maybe have a small working meeting with, you know, everyone to
Yeah.
see if there's ways that they can maybe help us out with that and not develop that property, or maybe take some programming from here and put it over there
Yep.
or something.
Okay.
So,
So, when you say it's 9 acres of land abutting, it's not abutting our camp, right? It's abutting the Rainbow Camp over there across the way.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 I mean, so how would you like us to help? Or like, so is there a particular thing that you had in mind about, I don't know, I'll throw something out there. Like, do you guys have tent camping over there, for example?
we do not.
But you guys have a swimming pool, right?
We do have a swimming pool,
Okay.
we have tennis court, we have the little rifle range for the pellet guns over there.
Yep.
We do have canoes and kayaks on the bottom like you guys do as well.
Okay.
We do have 7 cabins available
Okay.
that hold like 9 people apiece.
They
So,
hold 9 people apiece?
yep.
That's a big cabin.
So,
That's good.
Bunk
Yeah.
beds, you know, with a counselor that stays in the middle.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
we have a capacity of 63
Yeah.
in there. We do have some fields. So, I mean, you know, we have a field down here, we have a field just behind the pool
Okay.
that people could set up tents on. And then maybe the possibility would be, you know, that other piece of land with some work could actually maybe get into tents as well. But the forest, the woods on that property are really tough. There's a lot of blowdown, a lot of hanging, so before you could let anyone stay in there, you'd have to get, you know, probably a logger in there and really kind of
Take everything down.
clean up quite a bit of stuff. So, you know, our entire board members right now, we have about 14 on our board.
Okay.
You know, we don't want to sell the camp. Which, you know, we don't want to sell it for development.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
all options are on the table right now. So we have, our insurance runs July to end of June. So I know we have to make some kind of decision before we get to July of next year, because we're just like,
Yeah, you guys are tapped
I'm
out.
actually paying a lot of the bills myself personally
Oh, jeez.
to keep it going. So I get a lot of sweat equity for the camp. I've been involved over there since 2010. I grew up in this town, learned to swim here on the pond. So, you know, graduated from Whitman Hanson as well as all my kids. So, you know, I do have a vested little bit of history in the town here myself. And I am in the Masons, so, you know, we do get some support. We are starting to rent it out to like Masonic groups. We're thinking about renting it even more. You know, we're limited, we don't have handicapped accessibility. It's certainly rough, but it's workable to get. We're not in it to, no one takes a paycheck or anything like that. We're just trying to get to the point where we can pay our fixed costs and kind of put some towards maintenance and kind of try and regrow both, really the camp, and retool it so that it can be used more.
So I'm curious, what's your fixed costs over there a year? Like how much do you actually have to put out to sustain the camp?
It's probably about 20,000 a year, 20 to 25,000 a year.
Okay.
Insurance is about half of that.
And that's with taxes and everything?
Well, we don't pay tax.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Can I move my house there?
We're a 501c3 corp. So,
Okay.
we don't pay any taxes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not a huge amount of money, but it is when we're taking in girl, only 20 girls attended the camp last year. So, you know, and then, you know, it's a lot of work because we don't have the money to hire people that come like mow the lawn and stuff. So, you know, I've got people coming from Western Mass that will come down and volunteer, and, you know, we do all the fixing up ourselves, trying to use Masonic Connections, I know a lodge over at Tri-Town, we'll put some people in there, and get some people, a lot of people from Hanover way and stuff. And so, you know, we have like carpenters and electricians and plumbers that we can do it, but it's still tough. It's a lot of work for 2 weeks a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
you know, but we all want to see it survive. It's been around since 1949.
My mother in the very early 70s was a Rainbow Girl. She went right up the whole rank.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do. So when I said we were looking at, you know, solar, which for some reason seems to be not from a town perspective, but from the solar companies that we've been, you know, approaching, they're not really biting too hard on it, which is going to force us to do something different. But, you know, we might actually have to sell, you know, 2 or 3 houses on that other property.
How many total acres are there?
It's about not quite 19. So we have the camp lot's like 9.5 acres, and then this one that we found out we had is like 9 3/4.
Yeah.
9
So you guys said that and I'm just brainstorming here. You guys said that you would want to sell it, but not for development, right? Is that just the plot of land that you talk about, the 9 acres? You talk about the whole camp?
You know what? Any opportunity would be there. You know what I mean? Like I know that they were talking about possibly buying. And again, just talking to Laura off the top of her head, you know, she was like, well, maybe we could use CPA money to buy that adjacent lot that you want to put solar on. And,
Yeah.
you know, use it for programming or whatever, and then that would give us some revenue that we could, you know, use it to keep it open while we kind of retool.
Yeah.
You know, if someone wanted to come in and say, you know, purchase the whole thing and kind of give us, you know, kind of give the Rainbow Girls 2 weeks a year or 3 weeks a year in perpetuity to be able to use the camp. That could probably be a possibility as well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the you know, that's kind of what we're looking at. Of course, you know, like here, I'd have to take everything back to the board and we'd have to have, you know, some discussion about it and everything. But I'm the vice president for this year. I was president for the last 3 years. And I think I'm slated to go back in as president next year again.
It's an unholy burden, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I love the camp. It's very peaceful. I wish I could work up here. You know, I left my job in Boston in 2011 before I built my own place down in Marion, so I spent 2 summers working with my late father-in-law, who's a contractor, and some guys, and you know, we went through every building and re-siding pretty much all the buildings that were there, staying the cabins, putting new roofs on. Mm-hmm. You know, the house is kind of like the moving the money pit. Kind of don't want to really get into that. You know, it's built about 1860, I think. You know, settling and everything. I'd rather put the money into the facilities. The pool does. If the pool's got a leak, it's kind of rapidly approaching. It's like 40 years old almost. So we do have to add water in. Like every spring, we have to have like 2 tankers of water dumped in there. I don't know where it goes. We've had it. You know, we've had it sealed. It's a concrete pool, so we've had it sealed and stuff. And I don't know. It's just, it actually needs to be replaced at some point. I mean, it's functional, but
Just little bits of concrete floating in it, though. That's fine.
no,
I'm just kidding.
You know,
My kids will swim in that.
You know, town South's been very supportive of what we do over there. You know, fire department, police department, building, board of health, they've all
Awesome.
really cool.
I mean, I personally would like to help you as much as I can, but I don't really, like, we can't give you cove passes because we're a municipality. You guys are essentially a private entity, right? But is there any other thoughts here? Help me out here. I know. I honestly, I would much rather that, right? I would much rather that, you know, if you guys are really having that hard of a time, and you guys are open to the idea, obviously, if you bring it back to your board, I think the camp extending over to where you guys are would probably be a lot better option, because that's what we do here, right? That's what we've done. We've preserved Camp Kiwanee, right? And we can probably do the same with the Rainbow Camp, because as you know, Camp Kiwanee was essentially a private entity at one point in time too. Exactly, yeah. So, you know, I can't write it and say go ahead and do that, but I'd be interested to see what you guys would think about something like that. And is everybody kind of on the same page about that? And kind of exploring that option to see if what the process would kind of have to be.
I don't have any comment, because I would like to withdraw from that, because I have other thoughts personally.
Okay, what are your other thoughts?
It'd be something I would speak to him.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying. Okay, so I mean, I don't really know where to take it from there, because it's kind of one of those things. But what we can do is what we can do the best of our ability is any events here that we have that we can't like take, we can obviously forward them over to you guys. You know, there was some talk about like a music festival last year or something like that. That would be a great place for a music festival. And then, you know, anybody who you can't keep there can come over here to the camp, or vice versa, and we can do something like that and try to help you out with that way. You know, we can give you guys any events that we can't take here and refer them over to you, and see if that works out. I think that'd probably be a good start. Unfortunately, since we are a municipality, we can't, you know, give you stuff because you guys are private. But I personally, outside of the board's opinion, would be very interested to see if you guys are interested in selling the camp, what the town would have to do to buy it to preserve it. Because I think that'd be the best option, is because, you know, it's right across the way, and it's, you know, we have a history of preserving camps here. So.
Well, it'd be a nice walk on the camp, right? You pick up quite a bit. You know, they do have that little funky. We do have that little old cottage that kind of sits in the middle of that adjacent lot.
I'll live there.
We don't own that. That actually is owned. It's a convoluted history of the whole thing, but it's kind of hurt me on the solar thing because of the setback requirements.
Honestly, it would be an absolute shame if I looked across the pond and saw solar there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much you would get from that.
You wouldn't see it from that. Well, I don't want to say you wouldn't see it from there, but you can't. Like, you have to stay. It's like 100 foot off the pond.
Yeah, for conservation.
Right?
Yeah.
For conservation. So, but you know, we have a history of selling. Well, I know Camp did. You know, they used to own across the street from the camp, and in the 50s they had an equestrian program there. Then when they wanted to build the rec hall, they sold the land across the street and built the rec hall. They actually own land behind the house. If you're looking at it from the street to the right, we own land behind that house, and they sold that to help put the pool in. So they weren't very fiscally, they weren't looking at the big picture down the road back, 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And so now we found out that, we've got that asset over there. I personally want to retain the asset if we can do something with it,
Yeah.
But it's a nice piece of ground. It does need some work. Here and there, the buildings are all in pretty good shape. We got a full service commercial kitchen in the rec hall. That building can hold like 150 people.
Have you guys thought about renting out the rec hall or the kitchen in the back?
Yeah, so we have a little bit. Like we've started just in the last year or two. So like there's like a lady that did a birthday party there last year, and she's got like a small bridal shower. So she asked if she could rent it again in October. So yeah, we're starting to explore that option. Our board was made up of the makeup of the board was kind of such that they were pretty hardcore, you know, it's only gonna be Rainbow Girls here, and they weren't paying attention to the business side of it.
Yeah.
And so we had to move a few of them out, and get a few more progressive people in, and now they're looking at the financial picture, and they're finally waking up and going, oh, yeah. So they're about 10 years late, but, you know, but this is where we are, so pretty bound and determined. I mean, I haven't moved out buying it myself, but my wife might have a little different opinion on that.
Depends on how much you're selling it for.
Yeah.
How many people do the rec hall hold?
I've had close to 150 in there for different events.
Okay.
I don't know what the legal capacity is of it over there.
So you guys open, so like if we have a birthday party here, for example, we already have, you know, that day's booked, but they're like dead set on having the birthday party. Are you guys open to housing that birthday party over there?
Yeah.
Okay, how much do you guys usually charge for the use of the hall? Do you guys have like a rate system?
It's nothing. So because we really haven't gotten into it, so it's like $250 a day.
A day?
A day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. So like we have it broken out so that and we just did this last year because we've had a few people come in, you know, and use it, some of the Sonic groups. So we have like if you want to use the rec hall, it's $250 a day. If you want the grounds, it's an additional $250. So basically, it's like $500 a day. If you want to use the cabin, it's $10 a head per day.
Okay.
So
That's awesome.
That's our fee schedule right now. Like I said, we're not in it to turn a profit. We just really want to just pay the bills and kind of keep it going and kind of maintain it a little bit. So
Yeah, definitely.
you know.
I don't know if we need a motion for anything about that, but I'll do one anyway, if that makes sense. I will entertain a motion to provide the Rainbow Camp with any assistance that we have for parties that we can't book, events that we can't book, and just generally, I'll add to that motion. I'd be interested to see what your board thinks about, you know, if not now in the future, but exploring the option of maybe the camp, you know, purchasing either that 9 lots that you go, that 9 acres that you guys have over there for solar, and then we can eventually, you know, expand the Rainbow Camp. But
Okay. Yeah, we actually have a board meeting coming up this month. So,
okay.
you know, I'm sure it's going to be a topic of discussion. I know.
Okay. You know, if you want to send it over to me, I'd be interested in attending just to see what you guys, if you guys
Okay,
need
yeah,
assistance or
I'll let you
something like
know.
that. So,
I'll let you know when it is.
okay.
It's usually on a Sunday.
A Sunday evening or a Sunday day?
Sunday day, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
No pages.
If I don't have football that day. I'll entertain that motion. Anybody?
Can you tell me what I'm supposed to say?
No, just say so moved.
So,
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, okay, all those in favor? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, awesome. Thank you, Arnie.
All right, thanks.
Really
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
inviting me. Do you guys have my contact information?
I have your contact information on email, I
Yeah.
believe I do, yeah, right here. So we have it.
You want to talk?
Yeah.
And then you can, if you email me, I'll have your contact information, and
Okay.
I'll make sure I'll let you know when the board meeting is.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'll forward it off to Sheila because she wants to attend also, so
Okay.
it'll be interesting.
All right, great.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit out of order, and I'm gonna go to. I don't really know where to put you here.
Oh, was this for the,
I don't think I made the list.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out where to put you. Okay. What's the organization name?
Boombastic Films.
Boombastic Films. Okay. So
my mother said I could.
we'll go. And I'm sorry. What's your actual name?
Oh, Matthew Fisher.
Matthew Fisher from Boombastic Films. So he has he is not on the agenda, but we'll put it under old business because he did talk to Renee.
Oh, okay.
We've been here, we shot like in that far parking lot years ago too, so we are old business, I guess.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So tell us what you're trying to do. Tell us what you're looking for.
So we have a scene in the movie where the characters go to a campground and they get turned away. So what we need is a nice, beautiful campground like this that they ride into to show how life could be great, but it's not gonna be because they can't be there. And then once they're there, they pull in, they come in, they talk to some people at a front desk. They didn't book the right way, so none of them can go, so they have to leave, and then they end up in this the Bridgewater Triangle. So what we're hoping to do is get some exteriors, and if we can get interiors, that'd be beautiful. But the exteriors are the most important. We can go to a VFW and set up an office in there, but so that's pretty much it, type deal.
Okay. When do you plan on doing it?
October 8th is the day that it's scheduled, but the only thing we have scheduled that day is this, so if we need to move it, we can move it around.
Okay. Any questions? How long would you, so if you needed the lodge, how long would you need to be in here?
In here?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 hours or so.
Okay.
We do a lot of rehearsing, so as soon as we get people in here, we can just start going and get it done.
Okay.
But it would be if we did it here, we'd have a booth here, we would have a line. There'd probably be 50 people all together, maybe a little less. And there'd be a line, they get to the end of the line, and then there's they jump ahead from people, then they're told to go back. It's one of those things, it's not that long, but there's a little dialogue scene inside.
Okay. Just to cover our bases, because you're an independent filmmaker, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna sound really weird.
Okay.
There's not any crazy political scene. There's nothing crazy like that.
In my personal life, I don't care about politics.
Okay. No, just asking because you never know.
It upsets people. Yeah.
Well, just because of that and the camp, yeah. So as long as it's like that, I don't, do we have anything on the 8th, Roger?
Nothing on the 8th.
What day is that?
It's Sunday.
You said you need 2 hours for that.
Well, if we did inside would be 2,
Yeah.
and then I'd probably say driving up. The driving in would probably be 2 or so just to be safe, because we have to bring extras in. They bring their car in, and they just see people kind of walking around the camp, with coolers and swimmies, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
And they pass them, they come in, and then when they're inside, there's a long line they're in. And once they get up, they find out they can't be there, and they leave. There's a little dialogue in the car, in the parking lot, but we could fake really anything, you know what I mean? It's just certain things we want to get is coming up on a beautiful, campground that would have been the best weekend of all time for them, but it fell through, it didn't happen, staying up in the woods, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna use the lodge, we have to charge you for using the lodge. What was the price that we charged the last film company that came in here? It was extraordinary, but they were using the whole campground for 3 days, right? They were here for a week, so I don't even know.
We borrow too, if that interests you guys in any way. I know with the kids, if you guys do graduations or celebrations, we can film stuff or a commercial to put on YouTube or social media for the place. We do all types of stuff. We don't have to take that route, but we do.
Yeah, the problem is we can't.
Okay.
Because we're a town, so we can't take if it was me and we can't bribes, essentially is what it would be. Sunday, nobody's. But what time on Sunday?
We could do maybe a noon or 1.
Do you need the beach open too?
What, down there?
Yeah.
No. We'll have people standing there, but nobody in the water or anything. It looked like they were. What we want to be a really poppin' campground type of deal, it's a happening thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So nobody would be in the water, but there would be people when we come up here. We'd probably have people sitting at those picnic tables. There'd be people getting ready to do whatever, and get their coolers and all that stuff.
Okay. We don't really have a filming rate,
No.
so I'll take any opinions that are available here.
How many people are you talking for the
I'd say-
process out there?
I'd probably say less than 50 people, maybe like 40. It's real small, so we can't pay people to show up, so like it's gonna be friends and family pretty much
Yeah.
coming out to be
Yeah.
the extras.
So the good thing about it is outside of the lodge,
Yeah.
it's all public.
Okay.
You can use whatever you want,
Okay.
right? It's just inside the lodge, it's not. So like outside the lodge, it's all public land. So you can,
Okay.
as long as you're not like destroying stuff.
Right,
So
right.
obviously, and you can't go in any of the buildings
Yeah.
that are there. But
It doesn't sound like you're in a lodge itself, but just like an area like
Yeah,
this.
it's like an
It's
area
pretty
like this.
perfect, so it doesn't have to be big. It's kind of like a check-in table
Okay.
type thing.
okay, does anybody have a rate for that for 2 hours? You might want to throw one out.
Well, obviously someone would have to be here, so we have to
Yeah.
start with that, the caretakers.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. What's that?
I'm like a cheapie, $100. I don't know. He's like, I don't even give the best deal for.
$100 an hour or $100 for
No,
both?
$100 total, like 50 plus the 50. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Like,
Okay.
Plus the caretaker fee, possibly.
I think it's so
Well,
cool.
150.
Can we be an extra in the movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
They just said they're looking for extras, so of course you can.
You're welcome to the extras, yeah.
Okay, so for inside the lodge, like $150 for 2 hours?
Yeah, that should cover everything.
It'd be $150 for inside the lodge for 2 hours. Okay.
Now is that, is somebody here, like if I was to do the outside stuff, do I need somebody here for that too? Like,
No. The outside is, like I said, it's public land. You can do whatever you want. It's just whenever you're in the lodge, you need to have somebody who works for the
Yeah.
camp here.
Cool. Could I do 3 hours for more money just to be safe, or is that?
Yeah, you can do.
Okay, cool.
Well, how about 300? Not 300. Sorry, 200 for 3 hours.
Okay.
On the 8th? Okay.
The other thing you do have to keep in mind though too is you might have people that are walking trails and stuff like that
Which might
you're
even
not
be better.
planning on.
That works, we just
So
can't
I mean there are
take the face,
there's gonna be there may be people out and about.
Which
yeah.
is cool. We've worked
Haven't
that
been there,
situation
yeah.
before, yeah. So we're pretty good with that.
Okay, I'll entertain. I'm sorry. You said what was the name of the firm? The video.
Bombastic Films and Matthew Fisher with one T.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion for Bombastic Films to do a video in the lodge on October 8th. What time?
In the lodge, we'll say it's like 3 too late.
3 p.m.
Yeah. Just because we'll catch that stuff first probably and then move in here.
Okay.
Or flip it, whatever works better, we can flip it. you
Okay.
know.
So, okay, let me rephrase that motion. I'll entertain a motion for Bombastic Films to film inside the lodge at approximately 3 p.m. For the rate of $200 for 3 hours. Have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Fantastic.
Hey,
Very much.
thank you.
Dory will reach out to you. Did you have an email?
Renee has my email.
Okay, so if you can do me a favor,
I can
tomorrow.
get a card if you want a card.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if you want to send an email to Renee too, and just say, hey, the commission approved this rate for this time. Can you just put me on the calendar for it?
All right, cool.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
You're all welcome, yeah.
I'm not watching the scary movie, but it sounds like fun.
Pudge Wuggies, man. Got
Yeah, if anybody wants to come, bring your family, more the merrier.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks,
Thank
man.
you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody.
You
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next order of business: approve the PMP consulting proposal to prepare building location plans required by MIAA. Just for reference, MIAA is our insurance carrier. Roger, you want to take this one? Can you take this one, or do you want me to take it?
I'll let you take it.
Okay, cool. So MIAA is our insurance carrier. They want a plot map of where all the buildings are on the premises, and they wanted it actually by today, but they only gave it to us about 3 weeks ago. So I asked Lisa, the TA, to give us an extension, and she said we have until the middle of October to get the plot map done. We got 2 quotes. One of them was for $19,000. This one's for $7,850. Yeah, it's like $7,850 just to be clear, not $78.50. $7,850. So
Can't just draw our own graph paper ourselves.
oddly enough, they said that they would accept that. The problem is we have a tree canopy, so we can't see where the buildings are on Google Map. So they said all they essentially wanted was a Google map of where all the stuff was, and
Really?
we don't have that because of the trees, so we can't see where everything is. So we don't really have this anyway, the plot map for the camp to see like where the buildings are and stuff. So it's not a bad idea to get it. Plus, I believe this consulting firm is going to be trying to get us a stormwater management proposal
Yes.
too, right? Okay. So this consultant firm is also going to do the stormwater management plan down at the cove that we need for conservation. So,
Oh, okay.
so it's kind of just rolling in, so we have a holistic view of everything at the camp, if that makes sense. So. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the P&P consulting proposal to prepare building location plans required by MIAA.
MIIA.
MIA, sorry. Okay, yeah. Does anybody have want to make that motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay, I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Me?
Thanks, thank you. Fantastic. Moving right along. 8/2/23 open session minutes. Did everybody get a chance to read them?
Yes.
Awesome. I'll entertain a motion to approve the open minute sessions from 8/2/23.
Motion to approve.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Awesome. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Fiscal year 24 budget review. Did everybody get a chance to review the budget for fiscal year 22? Or 20, no, I'm sorry, 24, sorry. See, you got me all discombobulated now.
Going back in time.
All discombobulated.
Yes, yes, I have.
Fantastic.
Well, okay.
314. Okay. Any discussion on the budget? No? Okay, awesome. Okay, so this is a proposal 2024, I'm sorry. Article submission for 10-2 special town meeting. Is this a new article? This is. I mean, it looks like just an article for $50,000 for the Cove staff wages. Why do we need $50,000? Okay. Is there any discussion about the
Oh,
article?
the transferring of the 50.
Yeah, is there any discussion about that? It's just, because in our budget, the Cove staff wages over here, that actually doesn't have a budget line item for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So we're just taking the
We were
50 and adding
We're
it
gonna move it
here.
over to there, right?
Yeah.
That's all that is?
Yeah.
I do remember discussing that.
Okay,
No,
so-
I don't have any questions then if that's all the same.
Okay, okay, Caroline, any questions?
No.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the special town meeting article to transfer Camp Kiwanee retained earnings to an amount of $50,000 to be added to the line item Cove staff wages in Camp Kiwanee fiscal year 24 operating budget, or take any other action relative thereto.
Motion to
Motion.
approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Fantastic. All in favor? Awesome. We're going right through this. I'm going to table a discussion about the rate increases. Nothing to.
Check, I was checking it out. All right.
What is this? I really need Dory to explain this one to me. I don't know how to.
Are you talking about the rates?
What's that?
What are we on to next? I'm sorry.
We were going to discuss the rates, but Renee or Dory aren't here.
Yeah.
So they did a lot of research on, it, so we're just going to go
Okay.
over that. The next item, so propose or update to the lodge rental application. So last month we had a situation where a guest came in, booked a party, but then had a wedding.
Oh.
I was here. I wasn't at the wedding, but I I was
Okay.
here.
Were you at the party?
It was the same night as the softball night.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So they were talking about it, they were like bragging about it to other people that were staying here, and they overheard it, so the softball girls were the ones that told us about it. She was like, oh yeah, they actually had a wedding and they booked it as a party.
Yeah, there's other stuff that's happening that we can't
Yeah.
go into right now because we need to go
Right.
into like an executive session for it.
Yeah.
But from that, Dory and Town Council would like us to add an addition that says, should the event turn into a different event, the applicant is responsible for payment in full for the event.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. So that's all I have here that she said. So
Can I see it for a second?
yeah, there you go.
That's wrong.
That's some bad. Oh, okay, so town council is preparing actual language for that, because I was gonna say, this doesn't sound good.
Should be worded.
Yeah, okay, but it seems like they're gonna get some verbiage to actually put in a little bit more.
That's the language
That's what they want to
from what
put in
I
it?
from what I understand. That is what I don't know where it's going though. So I don't know.
Turn into a different event, the applicant is responsible for payment in full for the event.
So what we can do is we can actually just table this discussion until
Yeah,
next meeting.
That needs to be reworded a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like Caroline just said, it's got a lot of events in it, and then responsible for payment in full for the event. Which one are you talking about?
Right.
You know what I mean? I did pay for it, you know?
Yeah, that makes
So-
sense. Okay, let's
Yeah.
get some
Needs to be defined.
clarification.
Right.
Oh, hold on one second.
Roger, pick on.
Yeah, just trying to circulate through.
What do you think that?
Okay, so I'll table the proposed,
Okay.
I'll table the update of the rental agreement. We'll table the bar receipt 80/20 split because Dory's supposed to be here for that. We can update, Roger, you want to give an update on the conservation meeting regarding the Cranberry Cove restoration?
All right, I went to the meeting with the conservation, went over everything with them, and they seem to be on board with everything. The only reason why we did not get our permit that night was at this time we don't have the
DEP approval?
DEP approval or a number from them as of yet. We're hoping to have that within the next 2 weeks. Our next meeting is on the 20th with Conservation, and we should get our permit that night if they have the number assigned to it.
Okay.
But they did not have any major questions down there. A neighbor did have questions. They were all answered, and she was happy by the time I went over everything with her after the meeting, and they're on board by the sounds of it. Her concerns are not concerns.
Nice.
Any questions about that? No? Okay.
No.
And then the next order of is to approve the Ed Sheehan, it is Ed, right?
Ed Sheehan, yes.
I always think it's like I always think of this thing. Anyway, approval of Ed Sheehan's Corporation for Cranberry Cove Restoration Work. So we have a new quote here. It's for $22,425 for the beach work down there, which includes the trees, the mulch, this doesn't include the erosion, does it?
There's
Oh, no, it does.
Two quotes there. Two quotes, parts.
Yeah, you got the $21,025 for the beach project, which includes the hydro seed, the birch trees, 2 yards of pine bark mulch, 125 yards of screened loom, 3 to 4 inches deep. And then there's another line item on here for the erosion control sock, which is $1,400. But that doesn't include the work for the water basin. Where's the water basin work? Oh, we already approved the water basin work.
Yes.
Did his price change on that, or is it the same?
No, the only change,
It's the landscaping.
there was an update on this year from a year ago when he did the proposal. But he had to add the sock on because that there's what conservation wanted to protect the waters.
Where's the sock going?
That'll go right along near the water, just in case any of the work spills over.
Oh, so it's just for when he's doing the work?
Just for while he's doing the work,
Okay.
after the work is completed, that sock gets removed.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about this quote?
No, we remember talking about that prior, that he did have to give us a newer.
Yeah, because the last quote he gave us was a
Yeah,
year
it
ago,
was a year
and this
ago.
is being paid but for by CPC.
Right.
So the $21,025, we have $35,000 CPC approved for us for the landscaping project at the Cove. So this is gonna be paid for by CPC.
Gotcha.
At what point can we see like what it's gonna look like?
Yeah, did he do anything?
It's kind of
like
a
that?
rough, I don't know, do you have a drawing for it right now?
I have what's going to be done. If I want, I'll come over there and show you.
Get on down here.
I remember he gave us a drawing last year, but I just forget what it was.
This is the existing basin that's down there. Right now, it's in deplorable condition. It's all got growth in there, brush and all that type of stuff. This here is out towards the beach parking lot. I'm upside down, so I scratch on the know.
Okay.
Basically, it's going to be 1 foot addition here, and we're going to go another 15 feet out this way, with it expanded this way, just so we're not disturbing too much of the parking lot.
Yeah.
So it'll become bigger. And right now, the conservation gave me the okay, a year ago, to dig a trench from here to run the water out.
Oh, nice, okay.
We're also going to put one here so the water can run out both ends. To the, it's not a river, but it's a drain, if you will. Out here, it can drain to those and head off into Never Land. But there's enough distance between here and the river that it filters it before it gets into the water.
Great,
So they're happy with that.
good.
Now, as far as the beach goes,
Kicking
we shut our light off.
Sorry.
Back on, please.
Sorry.
Something on here.
Thanks. Let's see, we're gonna get the,
No one can make it into this copy.
do you have the pictures, Roger?
I do in the office.
All right.
So it's essentially, so there's gonna be 6 birch trees, 2 of them going on the outside of the fence towards the back, near the back of the lot. There's gonna be 2 there just for having, and there's gonna be another 4 put on the beach. And there's gonna be probably, I would say it's probably about 25 feet of sand that's over near the beach, and the rest of it's gonna be grass. And there's gonna be birch trees going it kind of almost looks diagonal from where the beach house is all the way to the back.
Okay.
We took some pictures of it the other day for conservation. But so that's the basin. So that's what Roger was explaining. Not very interesting. But those two stakes right there are each going to be trees,
Okay.
right? And this is like right on the inside of the fence. So the yellow stake right there is going to be a tree also. And then as you can see, like there's 2 more trees that are going to be right in the back. And then the blue posts are going to be grass all the way from on this side.
Division between the grass and the sand.
And then you have grass right there. A couple reasons why the grass is going to be so kind of far up is because the sand, that's one of the things that conservation doesn't want to see, is the sand going into the pond. Like they just don't want to see the sand into the pond. But the grass is essentially going to where the big tree on the other side, what used to be before it was cut down.
Yeah.
And then we're replanting birch trees on the sand. I don't think they were taken down there though. I don't think there was ever birch trees there, right?
There weren't birch trees there. I guess it was pine trees and stuff down there.
Yeah.
What's that?
Is the playground completely off the table?
You guys need a lawn lawn.
We actually got, so I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but we got $27,000 in the state budget specifically earmarked for the playground. We have to go back to CPC and request that they bring it back to town meeting. I think that's gonna probably happen in May, hopefully. The article's already there. But the difference this time is if we bring that town meeting article for everybody in Hanson to be able to use the beach and the playground, the argument for the playground, I think that was at last town meeting, is essentially gone, right? Because they were saying, they were like, oh, well, you still have to pay for the beach to go to a playground that we're paying for. But if everybody in Hanson gets a beach pass and then the town wants to pay for that, then the playground's just a playground. So and everybody in Hanson gets to use it. So, so let me be clear. The state budget earmark wasn't specifically for just the playground. It was playground and Cranberry Cove, like in general. So if we decided, next meeting that we didn't want to do a playground, or like the lost cause, let's not even do it, we can use that 27,000 to like rebuild the beach house that's down there. Do some other things. It's a lot less restrictive than like the CPC funds, where it's very particular what you can use it for. So no, it's not off the table. But I feel like if we do it next year in May, the playground will probably be a lot easier to install. We could probably have it done by next September. But the biggest thing is like getting the grass and the trees and everything like that down there.
Yeah, that's definitely the start.
Yeah, the playgrounds are nice to have, but it's not like the whole thing. Like we got the Cove back this year, right? We did a great job with that. So next year we're gonna do.
Also, I had just run into somebody that was, because I had been to a town meeting, that there was so much argument about it going here, and that there was a possibility that the funds should be used for the playground to be put somewhere else.
Right, yeah, that's what I had heard.
Like High Street, or,
Oh well.
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, well yeah. So anyway, does anybody have any questions about Ed Sheehan's quote? No.
No.
Okay, so
I'm good with that.
I will entertain a motion to approve Ed Sheehan's quote for the Cranberry Cove restoration work in the amount of $22,425, $21,025 of which is going to be billed to CPC under the town meeting article. Yes.
There's two slips here that are for the project.
Okay, which one's for the Cove? How much is it for the Cove? That doesn't look like the Cove one. That looks like the basin.
This is the basin, okay, yes.
So the Cove one is how much?
$21,025, okay.
Okay, but this one right here is including the erosion sock that they want for an additional 14. That one doesn't look like it does.
Okay,
So,
all right.
$22,425, $21,025 of which is going to be billed to CPC. Anybody want to entertain that motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Awesome. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Okay. Thank you, Caroline. Can I have that other one? The so much right here. Okay. Okay. This this quote, which we don't have in our packet, is for the berm extension up to the existing retention basin, which Roger was just talking about, which is $11,650. And this can be used from the $50,000 in ARPA funds that we got a couple town meetings ago for stormwater management. I think those two on the back are probably older.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to see some action.
Action. Oh, there'll be some action.
Well, keep talking, I'm not seeing it going on.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion for Ed Sheehan's parking lot berm in addition to existing retaining basin. I can say that again, for $11,650.
Motion to approve.
Got a second? So fast. Right on it. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Fantastic. If you could project that eye a little bit more, that'd be very nice. Thank you.
I forgot.
So the flight alarm system in the office went down. It needs to be replaced. So flight alarm came in, who runs our security system, and requests $1,035 to fix the alarm system.
Didn't they already do it?
Yeah, didn't we already do this? Is this the new system?
No,
No, this is like the cabin alarm, like the whole alarm system, not the security.
burglar alarms.
Oh.
Yeah, this is like somebody opens the door
Okay.
and then it comes off, and then it goes off.
So they'd already done it, so they just want to do it.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. No, because Dory already told him to do this, right? This was already done.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't been done yet.
No, it hasn't.
No, he had to order the parts.
I read that.
No, I could swear I caught me or what you talked about.
Oh, this just started happening like 3 weeks ago.
Well, less than that.
Then what did we,
Yeah, less than that.
then
That's a while ago.
what did we just do a couple meetings ago regarding an alarm system?
Smoke alarms.
Oh, smoke alarms. Yeah, because insurance wanted smoke detectors.
Yes.
Wherever they are.
All the
Okay.
cabins.
All the cabins,
Yeah.
put them up.
Yeah, they're in all the cabins.
Is that not it?
No,
She was
that
thinking about
wasn't
something
it.
else.
That wasn't it.
Do you want to
Because I
research that and
remember
come back to
I was
it?
talking about it, where I was like, my goodness, remember it was a
What was
large.
the cameras?
Oh, maybe it was the
That's for the
cameras.
Wi-Fi.
Maybe it was the cameras.
Oh,
that we
so
were
the
talking about. That's what it
cameras,
was.
the
Okay.
cameras are like $20,000.
Yes, that's what it was. Scratch that. All right, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Carry
so
on.
this is for $1,035 for the flight alarm replacement for the monitoring system control panel. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Aye.
All those in favor? Love it. Old business.
Old business.
Don't think we have any.
Nope.
Good. Let's move on. Departmental report. Not here. Awesome. Dory's not here. We can get that next time. Facility manager's report. Roger, if you can make it short and sweet, that'd be swell.
Short and sweet.
Yep. Or as short and sweet as you can get it.
Real short and sweet. I was shoveling dirt out of the road today.
That sounds
and
terrible.
That's as far as I got. I did have the highway department here, and I would like to publicly thank them for sending their dump truck, their front end loader, and everything up here to assist me in the cleanup and restoration of the entrance to the cove.
Awesome.
They helped me out there. They've brought me materials to satisfy the building inspector on things that he has asked us to do. It's something that has to be done, is bring all the dirt up to approximately 7 inches to the top of each step going into each cabin. Right now, some of them vary anywhere between 4 inches to 20 inches as far as the first step going into the cabins. Legally, they're supposed to be like 7 inches.
Wait. What do you mean 7 inches from the top of the first step?
Okay, the first step to get into the cabins,
Yeah.
they can vary between 4 inches
Yeah.
to 20 inches.
Okay.
So we got to bring them all so they're
So
roughly
they're
7 inches.
But so you can't be above, like you can't be 4 inches and it'd be fine.
Well, 4 inches is fine. He doesn't like the 20 inch ones.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we got to bring the ground level up higher.
That's- not many
to
people do.
accommodate.
Did you add a step?
Well, some are just a concrete
How do you,
block put in there, concrete pad put in there. There's some real weird stuff that was
Sounds
put in
like-
there in the past tense.
Sounds like Sheila
how
just
are we
volunteered.
adding ground?
We're gonna put dirt in, and then they've given me some of that ground up pavement. And I'm gonna
okay.
use that there to
Make it-
lock it all into place.
And you're just gonna dump it in a pile, right? This time they're not gonna spread it out like they did?
I also got 2 piles of that today. So we're all set to go on that
Oh.
project. I've put a railing on the screen building that's no longer a screen building. Because of the vandalism, we just took all the screens off it. He asked for a second railing to be put there, so I did put another railing on that going into it. Various things I'm trying to satisfy the fire chief, the building inspector, and the insurance company. So we've got a lot of things going in different
Yeah.
in different directions trying to get completed. And then Mother Nature brought this here. Mother Nature's going to bring another one on Saturday. Excuse me. If you've watched the weather, they're bringing that hurricane closer and closer.
Okay. Can you explain this East Coast generator?
East Coast generator. We've had 2 occasions where that unit has just shut down and we don't know about it.
We have a generator here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There's a monster.
Behind the tool shed.
It's big, not diesel. It runs on propane.
What do we use it for?
The lodge.
Oh, it's for the lodge?
It covers the whole lodge.
So,
It's a monster.
It's like a good old truck engine.
okay, so I'm just out of pure curiosity, what do we need a generator for? Do we have sump pumps there or something like that?
No, if we have an activity and
Like mid-wedding.
the lights go out on a wedding, you have emergency lighting, but it's not enough to keep a wedding going.
Oh.
All you really need is the bar.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be cold after much time of opening.
For a wedding, what do you need?
Yeah, okay. No, I just didn't even know we had a generator here.
So getting back to it, we need to do a complete antifreeze change and all this here on it. But what's happened to us twice is we didn't know that it shut down because it's out of level, or if it's level, it's very touchy. The sensor in there with the antifreeze, if it's down half a cup of fluid, it will not run.
So is he gonna fix that?
They want to tip the machine just a little bit so that sensor doesn't scream at any little intervals for a little bit of fluid being off.
Okay.
They want to do a complete oil change and stuff on it, but they also want to put a monitor on it so it alerts us if it fails. So somebody will know it's not working, other than the fact if they have a activity going on that it's not running.
Can it just be started once a month, just to make sure?
It runs once a week automatically.
Yes,
Does it,
oh,
right?
it does it itself.
But if it does, unless you're out there at 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning, you don't know that it successfully ran.
So the system that they want to use to monitor, it's $900 plus $200 a year after that to monitor the
For
generator.
monitoring purposes.
How old is that generator?
I can't answer that, but it's got some age on it, I'm sure. Runs very well. It nice machine.
Yeah.
Do you
No
have-
idea. No
can-
I
idea.
asked him how old it was.
No, okay.
No idea.
Are we talking like 2010s, we guess, or is it like
It's like
90s?
one that's up the town hall, the schools, you know, it's a big one like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big 350 Chevy engine.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we hook it up to my house?
All right. I think that's a little crazy for $900 for. I mean, well, is that like the part to do it, and it's the first?
To install it.
What's the benefit of us doing that?
That's just going to alert us that it's not running. If you don't want to have that part, that's fine, but we should service it.
Oh, we absolutely should service it.
Service it and get it tipped a little bit, so that shouldn't be an issue. But I'm fine with, we'll just have to put it in one of our things where we personally go out there and test it every 6 months or something.
I would say like every month, go out there and start it and then see if it's.
Well, what you got to do is you got to shut the power off to this building, which is not a big deal. It's just one lever, and then you got to refire all the gas items in the kitchen.
Wait, why do you have to refire all the gas items?
Because as soon as the power goes off, it's going to shut the gas flow down.
Oh, is that because the
That's
okay.
gas
Yeah,
feeding,
okay,
yes.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I don't know. That's
Come on, Sheila, give me
confusing
something.
To me,
Service it.
I just turn the light switch on and I expect lights.
So you just want to service it and forego the $900 standby generator cellular monitor system, first year monitoring subscription fee
Sure.
included?
I mean, honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, so it must not have been an issue.
That was just something they recommended. I
Yeah.
didn't go chasing it. They
Yeah.
recommended it, but
Okay, I'll entertain a motion. I need a calculator now. I don't know how to do this. Give me 1 second.
What you got?
Oh, 661. That's a very odd number for a maintenance. You'd think it'd be like $1,700.
Cents, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like $1,700 or, you know, 88 plus $75. Sorry, it'd be like slightly different. 1,860.60. So I'll entertain a motion to approve 60, $1,860.60 for the generator maintenance, foregoing the $899 power telematic standby generator cellular monitor system, first year monitor included with installation. So, have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay, I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Awesome. 3-0. Wow.
that was 1860.
1860. Good year. 1860. No, it wasn't a good year. That was the year of the Civil War, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know. Something like that. Is that all you got? Is that all you got for us, Roger?
Right.
I'm older than I appear.
That's all I got for today.
Okay. Actually, so we do need to go back to the departmental update for the building report here. All these items that are here on the building report from Kerry Glass. right?
Okay.
This one right here, okay? These are some of the ones that you mentioned in your report, so do you need money to fix this? Or do you wanna wait until like all the stuff that you have in the area is like missing insulation, floor plugs, I don't know what that means.
Done.
Okay, so you don't need any money for all
No,
this
I
stuff?
don't need any money for anything that I know of on his, no.
Okay, so I'll, just to be clear, I will entertain a motion to fix all of the stuff in the Town of Hanson Building Department's, email, regarding all of the things that he found that needs to be fixed.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Awesome. And then we have to set our next meeting, actually caretaker report. You guys have anything? No? Wonderful, even better. Do we have, next meeting, we gotta set the next meeting date? Sheila, what day works for you? What day are you not in Aruba?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think we all should go to Aruba and have the meeting where she is.
All right, let's go.
Let's do that.
I'm gone the October 12th and 13th and that Monday the 16th. Other than that, I am good.
What's the one after that? What's the
The Monday, like the 23rd?
23rd? 23rd sounds pretty swell, huh?
Yeah.
Anybody got an
it's,
objection to the 23rd?
It's pretty much like a month and a half away.
Yeah,
All right.
okay, October 23rd. Okay, and, so October 23rd at 5:30, does 5:30 still work for everybody? I know it's kind of like, it's school season and everything. I mean, it still works for me, I guess, but does anybody else have
I can
any?
get here, it's just, I haven't eaten dinner yet, so.
Do you want earlier or later,
No,
or?
I'm good.
Okay, okay, I'll bring some snacks next time.
Yeah, I recommend, yes, I motion to approve snacks at the
Okay.
next meeting. Maybe like a plate of mac and cheese or something.
Okay, October 23rd at 5:30 PM, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Anybody, so moved, second? Got a second for adjournment? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you very much.